Good morning. It's a cold one today. About 15 degrees. Let's see if she'll fire. Now the door's open. That's a good sign. But it's been a whole day. It hasn't been started for a whole day. So the batteries were toast. Let's keep our fingers crossed it doesn't click. Oh. She was angry about it, but she started. Woo! All right, guys, so what we have to do today is we have to get started on getting a list together for this truck. So we're gonna head down to the shop, we're gonna get it in there, we're gonna look underneath, we're gonna go over the thing, find out everything wrong with it, and just get an idea together on what we're gonna do. Kind of a game plan day. JB, something's beeping. Washer fluid. JB's gonna meet us at the shop. He has a new work car thing, or a newer-ish, I don't know. He got a work vehicle to drive back and forth to work. He said there's something going on with that in the front end or something, so we got to look at that as well. Just another day working on stuff in the freezing cold, but we're gonna be okay. I will see you at the shop. It is definitely a wood burner type of day. We're gonna have to light the fire, that's for sure. But before I pull this in here, I gotta sweep all this snow off. You know, when you pull this into a shop and then all that snow melts and it runs off and it soaks the ground, so then you're rolling around on the ground trying to work on the thing and you're in a puddle of water. So I gotta get a broom. Oh, the broom's dirty. That was dumb. Now we just got garage dirt all over the joint. That'll be all right. Yeah, look at this thing. Completely, I mean, it's not clean by any means, but it is clean from salt. Oh, there he is. The Escape. What a rig. It's cold. Get this in here first. Oh yeah.
It absolutely crushed.
It's 32 in here.
What the fuck are you gonna do? You trying to polish a turd?
Yeah. Dude, there's potential here.
With what, a whole new fucking bed bumper to start?
Rear bumper, front bumper, new bed.
These are front bumper too?
Oh yeah. Oh, buddy. can't believe that the impact will not take it off. That's crazy. They're tight. So we gotta go down. Wow. These have been on here for a long time. Woo-wee. Oh my God. I don't want to break them and then we'll be in a real pickle. Wow. They're tight. That's for sure. Oh, the salt. Oh, the salt. Wow, it's salty. So, I know that the upper and lower ball joints on this side, hold on, let me kill this heater. All right, so it ended up being the next day. We messed with JB's car for a while last night, that Ford Escape. He got that thing for like literally like $100 or something to drive back and forth to work. It has, you know, tie rod end, couple little things here and there that it needs. So we didn't end up really getting anywhere too much on this. We mainly just gave it a quick glance over and then we bailed because it was late and it was getting cold. We currently have like the coldest day of the year. I'm looking for my light. It's probably 8 degrees outside. What do we have it up to in here? Not that you guys even care. Well, we hit 50 in here, that's doable. It's a little chilly, but definitely doable compared to the 8. But look at this, holy smokes. Now that's the salt from like recent current driving. I've been driving this thing, just getting a real feel for it to see everything it needs, kind of give it a shakedown. You really can figure out, you know, a decent bit about a vehicle just by driving it a few days. So there's definitely something going on this side. We know that the upper and lower ball joints are bad. We checked those last night. But look at all this oil gunk build up here. Like it's on there heavy, heavy. It's probably a seal or something. This appears to be, it smells like gear oil. So I bet you it's a seal and all of the fluid's leaking out. The wheel bearing in the hub felt tight though. There wasn't really any play in that. So when we have all this off to do the ball joints, you know, we'll probably end up, you know, either doing a bearing or a hub or definitely at least a seal. Not a huge deal. I'll just add that to the list. So tie rod ends are tight. The drag link is absolutely smoked coming off of the pitman arm over to the axle side. That's my slop in steering. So this here, where nothing's happening. So if you can see down there, there is about a heavy amount of play in the steering wheel. And that is drag link, end link at the axle side of where it hits the tie rod end. The tie rod bar is way toast. The shocks appear to be original from 2013, so it couldn't hurt for a set of shocks. I don't know what's going on with this lower control arm here. Is this factory? I completely don't know, because I thought factory was this flat style arm instead of the round tubular style. But like I said, I'm not sure with 13. I'm not sure what they did on the lower. So those might be aftermarket, they might be factory. Brakes look definitely newer. There's a lot of brake dust, so it's probably a cheaper brake pad. You know, I don't know. But while we're in there, you know, we're gonna do new track bar bushings on truck side and on axle side, just because the thing has 180 on the clock, and And it's starting to tell if that's ever been off or not because of the salt and the junk on there, but I want this searing on this thing to be absolutely perfect. Let's roll under here and take a look. What's crazy is there's 0 oil leaks. You know, Cummins usually they develop a leak somewhere or the other. The only leak that I see is right there. That's coolant. So that would be probably the water pump needs done. You know, I mean, looking at the drag link where it mounts to the pitman arm right here, that rubber boot is toast. So definitely both ends of the drag link. It's a little crusty on the adjustment anyways. That down there where it meets on to the tie rod end, the tie rod bar is completely like, literally like it's gonna break. It's super bad. So front end is not terrible. It's pretty average wear stuff. You can see this sway bar end link where it mounts to the axle is the rubber's toast. Pretty typical, but you see all this gunk on the knuckle there. That is the concern that I have. I mean, there's a hefty amount there, so something's got to be puking out there, the seal or something. Like this side over here is not like that at all. It's just wet from driving, but there's no buildup of oil. So, you know, we gotta get in there when we have that all off and fix that. But overall, like underneath, it's pretty solid. No oil leaks, no drips. Typical oil pan rust, you know, surface rust on the oil pan. Not a huge deal. The frame even looks pretty solid. You know, you can see what we deal with here in the Northeast with the salt. You know, there's first hand of what we're looking at. And, you know, for this being a 13, and I'm pretty sure that this lived its whole life up here, it's not terrible for, you know, compared to other things that I've seen. You know, some of you guys might see this and be like, holy smokes, that thing is rusty as ever. But it's honestly, like, from what I've seen on other vehicles, it's not that bad. I mean, you have typical rust starting around, you know, certain areas, but nothing is really structural. So real quick, just going around the truck, if you start we'll just start at the front bumper is chipped and rusty. There's no dents, but all of the paint is chipped. So, I mean, that's a huge problem. So very first thing right out of the gate, needs a front bumper. Driver's side is somewhat good. I mean, this is caved in right here. You see this difference that we got going on right here. So that is caved in a little bit. But, you know, I don't know. Would we leave that? Would we not leave that? I'm not sure. Moving down, it's super dirty, but there's nothing on the cab, meaning the driver's side door, driver's side rear door. Cab looks pretty good. Everything looks pretty square with that. There's no rust. Oh, I see a dent right here. Little dent right there. Cab corners are good. All the rockers, lower doors, everything is real solid. No rust on those. No paint bubbling. Driver's side bed, caved in. So if you look down the bed, you can see, here's what we're working with. Something nicely drug across there. Creased it, dented it. You know, you could body work that out, but with the rest of the bed, we'll keep going around. We'll make our final decision. Rear of the truck feels tight. Nothing feels bad with that. Rear bumper looks good. Bad. So just when you think you're all right with the rear bumper, no. Nice dent there, and it pushed it into the bedside. So we got the bedside on this side's hammered from the bumper. All the sensors and everything work still. We just definitely need a bumper. Tailgate is, you know, the trim's a little goofy right here, but there's no dents. There is some rust bubbling starting on the corners. Moving around, so now passenger side, bed side, we have the bumper pushed into the bed there, which stinks, you know, that's an issue. Up here, we have a dent or something hit here, but it was hit on Bondo, it looks like, on body filler, because that's thick. And you can see it all cracking, you know, right where something hit, right on the mud. So with the shape of the bed and the bed cross members are just barely starting to rust. So with the shape of the bed, I would potentially like to just find a new bed. The paint, vinyl stuff's coming off, or the vinyl's coming off in between the two windows at the top. And the passenger side mirror is hammered. Structurally, the mirror is good. It's just this cover. You know, this is the cover that you would take off and stuff to paint match. You pull all this. Marker lights broke, and lens is shattered, and it's missing the wide angle mirror thing, or whatever that's called. So definitely need some work done on the passenger side mirror. Passenger side front fender, solid. We can save that. Fender flares, everything's okay with those. And then here we are back circling around to the bumper so you can see what's going on. And it actually started to scratch into the fender and rust out a little bit. So I don't know. So that's exterior cosmetic go around on the clapped out Cummins here. Engine bay is just dirty, but this can definitely be cleaned. Everything under here is tight and good and nothing leaks. Everything's solid. It's just is very, very dirty. You know, obviously needs a full service, such as fuel filters, oil filters, the whole deal. Probably new front differential. Fluid, just because that's all gunked up over here. I'm assuming that's what that is because it smells like it. And we need a windshield, boys. There's a crack straight up the center, and then it lies right there, comes over to the driver's side and goes over to the passenger side. So, windshield. Hood is okay. Hood is good. Open hood, never good. But this hood is totally doable. Interior of the truck. So let's go in here. So previous owner, smoker. It smells like cigarettes like you couldn't believe. I'm talking windows up, chain smoking. But it's the Longhorn interior. You have a little bit of wear on the driver's seat right here, but it's not terrible. You have a couple little major deals on the edge of this trim bead thing, and you know, just general wear. Like usually these look like this. The Longhorn interiors usually look like that. I have an ozone thing in the cup holder right there, and it seems to be working. It's helping a lot. Steering wheel's in great shape. Push the brake to start. Oh, got the key. It is tuned with an MM3. I don't know whose tuning this is, but it runs pretty solid. So that I have it unplugged right now just because the battery's been dying in this thing. So yeah, interior, heated, cooled seats, full loaded, you know, Laramie 2013. So I also forgot to mention that the U-joints, the drive shaft U-joints, front and rear, are both like really, really bad. Front and rear U-joints, and then basically a front end rebuild in the terms of suspension wise and front end components, and then all that exterior stuff along with a heavy, heavy detail. But all right, there you go, guys. I'm gonna end the video today right here. Tomorrow is auction day, so we might try to go find some new vehicles, some new trucks for the fleet, and see what else we can start working on. But anyway, stay tuned for that. I will see you on the next one.